This was an unexpected possibility.
Hey everyone, what up? Matt Kaiser here, and well, this is a bit of a surprise,
This is quite a shock. On the other hand, it's not surprising in the least.
as I did not expect this to happen, and this is something that I think many people were just shocked to hear, and that is that Tales of Berseria, of all games, is getting remastered. Now this was just announced today by Bandai Namco that Tales of Berseria is officially getting remastered. And you can definitely tell from the reactions of the fan base and the community that it's a very divisive one at that. Well, with some people being, excited, while others feel either, just angry or just downright disappointed. So, I just want to go through what this remaster will offer and just give you my general thoughts about it. But with that said, let's begin. So Tales of Berseria Remastered is a remaster of the original Tales of Berseria, which came out for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PC around 2016 to 2017, and it's a fantastic game. It's one of my favorite Tales games. It's actually what made me love the series in general. And this remaster here will be available for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, as well as Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. Not only that, but this remaster will offer things like, obviously, some new quality of life features like destination icon, the ability to toggle encounters, as well as even the early grade shop access. So it's similar to like the past Tales of Remasters, where they'll include off those like being able to disable enemy encounters, as well as have destination icons, though I recall Berseria still having that, sort of, and obviously also having, of course, the DLC, like the costume DLC and items also included in this re-release. Now, that's pretty much it, and as for terms for what this will be like on the platforms, well, it's confirmed that for both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, they'll be able to run this game at either 4K or 1440p, while also at a very locked 60 FPS. As for Nintendo Switch case, it's sadly 1080p docked, while 720 handheld, and it's 30 FPS, so it's just like the other Tales of Remasters. It's really curious on how, out of all the Tales games on Switch, Vesperia Definitive Edition was the one that could run 60 FPS, even though it wasn't that perfect. But even still, that was the case. Obviously, this Tales of Berseria Remastered will also be priced around $40 US dollars, which is around like $54.95 here in Australia. And you can also get a deluxe edition, which will include an artwork, as well as soundtrack and Battle BGM pack, as well as certain in-game items around $60 US dollars. So that's it all of here. So let's just get to my actual thoughts about it. Now, how do I feel about all of this? Well, to be honest, I'm really mixed about this. On one side, I can see on why they did a remaster of Tales of Berseria, given the fact that Tales of Berseria is a beloved game. It's very popular, regardless on how some may feel about it, upon also being an easier game to remaster, alongside the cases of Tales of Graces F, as well as Tales of Berseria, and obviously, given the fact that the Tales team did state that a lot of the reasons why they're choosing the direction of the Tales of Remasters the way they are is because some of them, especially on the older hardware, are just that hard to remaster, especially when you have the source code or even, where it was from split into different teams or whatnot, and it may be just hard to salvage, especially, and that takes a lot of time and effort and money. And Berseria itself is easy to be, remastered for a nice quick buck. I mean, literally, this was announced 3 weeks after Xillia got remastered, just, back at October 31st. So obviously, I can see that. Not to mention that next year, since this is releasing around February 27, 2026, it will be 10 years since the original Tales of Berseria was obviously launched there, especially in Japan. And also, I think that would be a good celebration. And also, a good commenter also pointed out that the reason why also Tales of Berseria Tales of Berseria Remastered is coming to also Steam, despite the fact the original game is also on there. Japan itself does not have Berseria. I mean, believe it or not, Japan, especially on Steam, does not have Tales of Berseria, so that's a reason why we have Tales of Berseria Remastered coming to Steam despite the original being also on Steam. And obviously the big one would have to be that this game is coming for both Nintendo Switch as well as Xbox, and obviously for new fans, especially those who like to play JRPGs, especially for Nintendo Switch, and likely those who obviously came from Arise, especially Xbox players, would want to obviously try out Berseria, Vesperia, Xillia, and Graces. So that really makes sense for them to obviously cater to new fans. And for maybe even veterans who love this game and will double dip, because no doubt in my mind, some people who love Tales of Berseria would double dip. And also, given the fact that recent sales for Tales of Berseria have been strong, and also that we didn't even get like another price discount for Berseria at the time of this release, so that does include of why this game is getting remastered upon that. And I really just don't have too much qualms about it. I know some people are really mad that this game is taking priority over what else could be remastered, and I know lots of people are just going to be expecting for the Tales of Remastered project to officially end around 2026, and it'll just be the PlayStation 3 library just being remastered, and they'll expect like Tales of Zestiria to be remastered alongside Tales of Xillia 2. And while that is the case, I don't think that they're just going to, drop the ball and give up with the Tales of Remastered project, as it's mostly just a celebration for the 30th anniversary to have a couple of remasters and obviously the next announcement of the brand new Tales game. So I do think that they should also open the avenue and obviously have Switch 2 versions of all these games, regardless if they are going to be key cards or not. I know people obviously just don't understand why it's also coming back to PlayStation and PC, and that's mainly due to the fact that, this PC version of the original Berseria was plagued with DRM de novo, and as you guys know, that is not a good system. I know that's mainly just to prevent piracy, but that ultimately just ruins and butchers the performance of a game that would run really smooth. And as for PlayStation's case, you guys probably don't remember, but when this game was on PlayStation 4, they pretty much blocked any captures of any story cutscene. You can only show gameplay. And those restrictions have not been, banned or uplifted ever since Tales of Berseria came out, which I think they should have really done at this point. But alas, I can see why, and ultimately this doesn't affect me too much. And I ultimately know that a lot of people are concerned with this status of the remastered project, that they are going to just remaster all the HD PlayStation 3 era titles and never touch the ones that are stuck on PlayStation 2, PSP, PS1, SNES, Vita, all of that stuff. But really, I don't think that's the case. Sure, the 30th anniversary celebration is going to end around in 2026, but I still think that with these, remasters going as rapidly as possible, especially for the easy ones, they'll have time and effort to eventually remaster the old games, because they're ultimately wanting to expand their current audience after the reception and success of Arise. So I do think they will do it at some point. It's just going to take time, so we'll have to be patient. I know this has just been off the cut, improvised, and I know some people are going to disagree, and they have the right to feel mad about this, but ultimately that is just business. And ultimately, Berseria fans, if you want, you can either skip it or just be happy that you people are going to be playing this, because ultimately that is the main goal for the Remaster project, for a lot of the new people to play these old Tales games, especially after they got into Rise. Anyway, that'll be it for me. I know I had a lot to say here, and this is just completely unscripted, but that is what I want to get off my chest. So let me know down in the comments of what you guys feel. Are you really disappointed about this? What do you guys feel about this? Are you guys gonna get Tales of Berseria Remastered around February 27, 2026? Let me know down in the comments. Special thanks to my patrons, and if you'd like to support me on Patreon yourself, you can go there to have ad-free videos as well as some goodies. But until then, Mad Kaiser